clicking, lean back. She gon' say it how it is, that's fact. Cash my talk, you know it's shit. Every word got a little bit of breathe. Truth be told, Cash my Camilia, say it, whoa. Tell me it up, yeah, let it roll. If you really want the real, this the show. Truth be told.
Welcome back to Truth Be Told with Cashmire Camilia, where real conversation meet real life and nothing's off limits. And I'm your host, Cashmere. And today's episode is about building something from the ground up, taking a skill and turning it into a business. Because let's be real, a lot of people want success, but not everybody is willing to put in the work and it takes to create it. And today, I'm sitting down with someone who has done exactly that. He's been in the epoxy business for over 7 years, building, learning, and growing, and now stepping into a new level with his brand and business, from mastering his craft to teaching others, to creating opportunities and space for people to overlook. He represents what he looks like to turn a trade into a thriving business. And now, with his upcoming grand opening, he's now just building for himself. He's creating something bigger. So this conversation today is about more than epoxy. It's about discipline, it's about vision, and it's about what it really takes to build something that lasts. So y'all already know, get comfortable, lean in, and let's get in some truth. So welcome, Darryl.
Wow, that was an amazing intro.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was
I
dope.
study y'all.
Okay. Let's get it, man.
Okay, so my first introduction, let's smooth it on in.
Okay.
I really want to know, who is Darryl?
Darryl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's crazy is I've reinvented myself so much, and I've kind of always hidden Darryl.
Mm-hmm.
So when usually people ask me about who I am, it's who I am at the time. So when you're in the streets, you whoever, and you know, the
Right.
barbershop, I'm platinum, and then now I'm Mr. Epoxy. And so when you ask me about Darryl, that's a separate entity.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Let's get into it. Let's know.
So Darryl's just a simple guy, family man,
Mm-hmm.
Loves people, loves helping people. He's a connoisseur of success,
Mm-hmm.
and he's always looking to build and help others. You know what I'm saying? Just naturally.
Right. That's what's
That's
up.
who Darryl is.
I know that's right. So what got you into epoxy? Epoxy. I got to get it together now.
Yeah.
Over the 7 years that you've been doing it, like.
Epoxy was actually an accident,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like I told you. So I own a barbershop. I've
Right.
been a barbershop owner for 25 years. And when we started, upgrades, especially flooring, was like tile and wood flooring was like your only two luxury flooring
Right.
options that you had.
Right.
And so I was just Googling, trying to find something other than tile because of the grout lines.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually end up slipping upon a class in Fort Myers. And I didn't know what epoxy was at the time, but I was intrigued by it. So I went to the class and I seen it was something that you can pour. It was a liquid, like came in a bucket. Like
Right.
I was like, now I know I could do this, like, right? So I took the class. Class might have been like, I believe $7.99.
Mm-hmm.
And I just challenged myself, and I already had a job lined up because the barbershop needed to be done.
Right.
So it was a win-win for me. So I went and took the class. And I had never seen it actually on someone's floor or anything like that there. So my experience with epoxy was my barbershop first, and that's how it all began.
So did you do your own
Yes.
floors?
Yes.
Really? Did you mess up?
Yes.
So
That's the thing. Epoxy was so new
Mhm.
that no one could actually critique it.
Right.
Right. So it was like everybody was amazed of how it looked, and I would have to point out, like, say I messed up over there. they didn't know.
Right.
So for about 2 years, people didn't even know when you messed up. It wasn't a lot to look at. Like you didn't have anything to compare it to. So getting into it, it was fairly easy.
Really?
Yeah, it was fairly easy, man.
Okay. Okay. Did you always see this becoming a business, or did it grow into that?
It definitely grew into it. I didn't see it. I didn't even know enough about it to consider it real.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I just fumbled upon something and hit a lick on my flow. Like that's what it was. And then people kept asking me about it, and I knew the little mistake I had made on the floor.
Right.
So I did it over again, and I did it better than I did it the first time. And so I was like, man, I think I could, cause people asking, but I didn't know how to price it or anything, like, cause the price at the class they telling me, ain't nobody finna pay me that
Right.
off rip.
Right.
So it was like I just kind of, I don't know, I just got into it.
So I'm hitting a curveball with the pricing. So with the pricing, you didn't know how to do the pricing when you would, like if you would do a job.
If I was doing it for someone else. Because remember when I started, I was only thinking about me.
Right.
So I didn't incorporate like how, I had never done that. Remember, like give you a little background. Like I started life off as an athlete and thought that was going to be my life. As subsequently from being an athlete, I got into barbering. That was like the next closest thing to being in the streets, but not being wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so how did you switch from that, an athlete, and then to a barber? Like what type of field you was in with
sports?
Yeah, with sports.
So with sports, it was like the brotherhood, right? So in my neighborhood, on every block, it was a barber. So you had dope boys, barbers, and roofers. That's what the neighborhood did.
Right.
Right. So from not wanting to be no roofer or construction worker or nothing like that. The next thing was barbering. So starting off cutting hair, and everybody admired their barber.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They love their barber. Nobody
Right.
talks bad about them. So I was like, that's dope. So I began cutting my players' hair, things of that sort. So that's how I got into barbering. You know what I mean? So that was pretty simple. I didn't even have to learn it. I was already popular. People trusted me enough to let me do it. And I just kept doing what I wanted to do when it came to barbering.
Right.
So I just charged you what I wanted to charge you. There was no scale. You see what I'm saying? It was no scale, especially going from being unlicensed to licensed.
Right.
But when you get into business, right? When you get into business, now you have to incorporate product, margins, employees, you know what I'm saying? Time that it takes. I've never filled out an application in my life. I had no idea how that worked.
So you always been an entrepreneur.
Okay,
yeah. Clock it. Clock it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what separates someone who does epoxy from someone who's truly a professional? Like,
well, it's a little more than skill set, right? So everybody takes a class and they claim that they certified in epoxy, but not a lot of people have actually lived it. Like it's very few artists or contractors who have returned to see a job 3 years later, right? So at this point, I have done well over 300 jobs. We have over 85-star reviews on Google, right?
Okay. Another class. Another class.
Right. We have a brick and mortar. We stand on business over here. So you got some people who do it for a hobby and they just trial and error as they go. So they price according to their ability.
Okay.
Right. Now, a professional priced according to convenience, resources, and also expertise, right?
Right.
That's the biggest difference. He do what he can, we do what we want.
Mm.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah, we get it done. So from start to finish, you can give us any color pattern, you can give us any style. We can match your decor in your home. Whatever you're looking for, we can meet your needs.
How long does that process even? How long is your process for the work that you do? Like
So
when you're doing the job.
it can take anywhere from 3 to 5 days,
Okay.
right? If we do it right, 3 to 5 days, that's including prep, and your base coats and all of that. Getting the floor right, that's where the work at. That's where your money at. You will spend most of your time just preparing the floor for epoxy, right?
Okay.
That's going to make sure that it's durable, it lasts long, it's upstanding. That's the most important part. So we like to say 3 to 5 days, depending on the degree of the surface that we're working with.
Okay. So I want to ask, what's been your biggest job that you realize, like, oh, I'm going to take this farther?
The crazy part is, so I think you asking me what was my aha moment, because that's different than my biggest job. See, my biggest job is monetary. You know what I'm saying? But the aha moment was when I was pressed to be excellent. And so I took a job that I knew I wasn't prepared for, but I knew I had the ability to do it. Right?
Right.
And so it was a job that they gave me a month to do. They gave me a month to do it. And they was like, they just had so much confidence in me. And
Was you already
no, like,
established?
no. It was like people, I was already popular, right? So people knew me. So to kind of know that I did something other than what they expected me to do, I was just blessed in the way that people gravitated towards me and really gave me opportunities. So I'm not saying I deserved this opportunity or even the confidence that they had in me, right? So I'm just nervous. It's all outdoors. And it was like every day, like instead of some people like coming looking over your shoulder, it was like, you hungry? Need something to drink? You know what I'm saying? Like it was just always
made you feel comfortable.
Like, you gotta smash this. And I was able to give it 100% of me, and it turned out like they loved it. And I said, this feeling, I could do this. I could do
Right,
this.
because the word I'm thinking, like you just said earlier, you standing on what?
Business. I'm trying to tell you.
Standing on business.
Yeah, it was remarkable.
Right. So you're not just doing the work, you're teaching others too. Why was that important for you?
So that was important for me because there was a point in my adult life where I went through a point where I went through a real ugly divorce. And as a man, like, our identity is tied to what we're able to do. You know what I'm saying? So there was a point where I lost my identity. I didn't know. I lost that I thought my purpose was. You see what I'm saying? And my ability to not be able to provide like I thought I should, or the standard that I held myself to, and looking at something that just scaled so easy, it took me away from what I currently knew as my norm, and it allowed me to build. I started walking into $1 million homes, talking to business owners. Like, I started talking to not the manager of the business, but the owner. And when I started getting in those type of conversations, I was like, dang, I wouldn't have never knew that it existed. I never knew that a credit card could reach over 50,000. I didn't know that you could have a $50,000 credit card, right? I didn't understand when somebody live in $1 million home, I thought your payment was $1 million. I didn't know that it was a mortgage on $1 million home that you could actually afford. I didn't think that was affordable, right? So entering those type of rooms, it was like, you know what, bro, you know how much further I would have been if I had access to this type of information?
Right.
So epoxy is just simply the tool that I use to educate others to how easy it is to grow in life and how much we miss out on by stopping at first base or second base. Like, I'm trying to get you to hit a home run.
Right. Right. So are you going to be teaching classes soon, or you already started doing that?
So I mentor right now.
You mentor. Okay.
We mentor right now. And we just added to the mentorship. And so now we're starting our monthly classes. We'll be hosting them here at It's Epoxy Supply and Design. We have small, intimate classes again because the whole nature of it is we want to teach you not just how to do epoxy, but we want to teach you how to get to the bag as well.
Right.
And how to structure yourself, your business, and your credit to build a solid foundation so it's easier to scale. So that's what we do here. So we don't just teach, okay, how to pour a color down, mix colors. No.
Right.
We teach you how to really build your business and provide for your family.
That's dope.
That's what it is.
That's dope. I like that. I like that. You mentioned reinventing your brand. What made you realize it was time for a shift?
So again, like, the more you know, the more you grow.
Right. And
when you reach a point that your conversations become redundant, and to make a long story short, I'm gonna sum it up. You know how they say, when you the smartest one in your circle, it's time to do what?
It's time to excel, grow,
time
elevate.
To find another circle, right?
Time to find, yep.
So what I realized was, damn, the truth of the matter is, it's the price of admission. It costs to get to the next level. It's not free. This general admission, your circle, that's general admission. Everybody got access, right? So I realized that I would have to get mentorship. I would have to pay to get out of this box to enter the next room. It was gonna cost me something. So that's when I realized I could no longer be this person. So we shifted. And that was the transition.
So you do have a mentor?
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah. I have several mentors. Right.
Do you still add on financially to your mentor? Or as far as when I'm asking that, like, do you still pay for your mentor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Listen, I believe that you can never learn enough or too much, right? And so not only do I pay for mentorship, but I still take epoxy classes.
Like, really?
Yes. Because you got to think, like, I'm a student of the game.
Right.
So I understand that you got guys who say they've been in it for 30 years. You know how much done changed in the last 30 years?
Right.
You still doing things that's obsolete. So this young cat over here, he don't learn all the shortcuts. AI don't taught him, and I'd be a fool not to tap in. So I'm gonna tap in and I'm gonna add it to the bag. So when you come to my class, you getting the best of both worlds. You getting experience, you get new knowledge, you getting old knowledge, you getting technique, you get financials, like you getting credit. Like, I'm bringing you the bag. Every resource that I have, I'm pouring it into others. That's the biggest difference of what we offer.
Okay. So, I want to break it down to a little bit personal.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
All right. So, you mentioned about you had a divorce
Right.
earlier.
Right.
Can you walk me through that? Because I've experienced that.
Really?
Yeah. I've experienced a divorce 4 years ago. Um, what I get from people and, looking at with myself, it's something about excelling in life. And it's not because you downplaying the person you was married to,
Right.
but it's just elevation because either you messed up or something in that marriage that just didn't work out. You feel me?
I do. I think, and I also think it may be different for men and women.
How so?
Just because positioning. I think just from positioning, from a man's standpoint, again, it's like we want to carry the weight of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like we really like we're raised to carry the weight of the world, and that's our goal to be able to. So the biggest thing like out of that was it's more to being a partner, it's more to being in a relationship, it's
Mhm.
more to being in a commitment than being financially reliable. And I didn't understand what it was to actually be a husband when I got married.
Mm-hmm.
I was all for being a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
take me as I am. I wasn't willing to shift, change, or anything. It's like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as a man.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand that being a husband required more of me. It required sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
You go through these things, like if in the transition, when you lose something,
Mm-hmm.
when you lose something that you think can't be taken away from you,
Hmm.
that right there cause you to change automatically. You see what I'm
Correct.
saying?
Yes.
And so that's the biggest lesson I learned from that situation was that you have to be able to adapt to a forever changing world. As I grow, they grow, and you should want the other person to grow,
Correct.
but you got to be willing to grow as well, right?
Right.
So I learned to accept my flaws
Uh-huh.
and not only accept them for what they are, but correct them along the way. You see what I'm saying? Once I notice it, I'm gonna take note and I'm gonna correct it
Uh-huh.
so it don't happen again. Or if it does happen again, it wasn't on purpose. It's easier to correct. The more you recognize it, the easier it is to correct. So don't yield resistance to it.
So how you feel like? So I still want to know the woman part.
I'm not a
The,
woman.
I still feel like we go through a lot of changes as well.
I'm not comparing it.
No, it's not a comparison,
Right.
but it's a part of growth.
I think it's more emotional when it comes to women. You know what I'm saying?
What's your perspective, though?
So my perspective,
You're not a woman, of course,
right?
but you can still have your perspective on
I think it's
how you see
I think
it.
it's more emotional versus like someone taking your assets away. You see what I'm saying? Because I believe, like, mind you, I got all sisters and all aunties. So I've seen it over and over and over again, right? And it's like a lot, not in a bad way, but man, it's like a tool. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I feel like when you're in a marriage, you can easily become dependent on that tool, right? And not use your tools. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of times, if you don't address it or sharpen their tools, they'll just simply become dependent on your tools.
That can go either way,
Okay.
because the man can depend on
He can.
the woman tool. Like,
And then his perspective changes. Then
Right.
but that ain't my situation, so I can't speak on it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I mean, I
I
feel it.
I
I
think
feel
it's
you.
yeah, I think it's just one of those things. Like when it comes to, I don't know, when it comes to marriage, man, you
Well,
have to be a real adult.
yes, you do.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to be emotionally mature enough to handle, because I still admire marriage. I understand I was divorced, but one day I can't wait to experience it the right way, because I was younger.
That's how it usually happens.
Yeah.
Was it your baby's father?
No, I mean, well, yeah, well, we came into marriage with no kids.
Right.
So we was together. He didn't have kids, I didn't have kids. So we grew into like everything's first. First marriage, first child, children. We have 2. And you said something like, I didn't know how to be a man. Like, I didn't know that I had to give more.
Right.
And I feel like that took a toll too for him as well. Like, he had to pour more in, and I don't think he was willing or ready to. He may thought, because, see, you said a tool. So I was his tool as far as the attachment. No, you're supposed to stay married through anything, everything. But if you're not growing, and you just said in a marriage, you have to be mature. You have to be willing to change. And that wasn't what it was for us. That's my first time saying this on camera. Oh, Lord.
Listen, man.
That's my first. Oh, Lord. Look what I'm supposed to ask
Hey,
you.
bring them out. Bring them out. Let's go.
Yes, but I hear a lot of stories, especially with entrepreneurs. Some say, after they divorced, they thrived. Their business grew. They, and it sucks that it has to be looked like that. You get what I'm saying?
I don't agree though.
But some say that
Oh
already.
yeah, we always say something though.
Yeah.
We always say something. Some people, it just sometimes you can just be in the wrong relationship. Period. No matter what it is, it don't have to be a marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, it don't have to be necessarily
Right.
marriage, but just it can be friendships. It can be dealing with family. You're gonna have to separate, like you just said earlier. You're gonna have to separate that group in order for you to grow and go higher. So it leads me to believing, like, I feel like God has shifted my mindset where I can't be around certain people. I can't do what my comfort was. So he's taking me out of my comfort and taking me higher to places that I'm not used to, because I was comfort and back there.
Mm-hmm.
So do you implement God in what you do as entrepreneurs?
Everything that I do, everything, he first.
I know that's right.
And that's why, like, my path is not sweet,
Right.
but it's like, it's on point, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I only go up. Like, I take pit stops here and there, but the road is all the way up. And, we have a spirit of discernment.
Correct.
And we try to carry people along with us, because God will show us the vision and where we supposed to be. And we try to share it with others, and they don't, you know what I'm saying? God ain't give it to them, and we trying to describe it as best we can. We color it. We do all of these things, and they just don't get it. And we feel like, dang, they ain't on my level. But really, that ain't your assignment.
Correct.
You feel me? So it's like, I just learned to look at it at any relationship, like whether it be a parent talking to their kids, a child talking to their parents, sisters, siblings, all of that. Like, you got to take account of who you are at the end of the day, not who they think you are, or what someone else think you supposed to be doing. If you align and structure correctly, then hey, you go take it on the chin and keep moving. They can only learn from you. Because like I said, we ain't going backwards.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So, and whatever we went through, I ain't stopped there. So if we ever go meet again, we go be able to discuss that and tighten that up, you gonna have to grow up. Because I'm not going back down there to discuss it.
I know that's right. Because you standing on business.
Standing on business, boo. I'm trying to tell you, like, it's...
Yeah. No, that's for real. Because that's what I put Christ in everything I do. Even with this podcast, I'm putting Christ in first. I'm allowing him to direct me to who I need to speak to, because it's always going to be a word of encouragement. It doesn't matter what position you is or how high you is in entrepreneurship. You're going to always need that motivation.
Oh, definitely.
That encouragement, that support, but it's through Christ first.
You just said a mouthful.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to know like 2 things. Okay, 2 more extra things. The first thing is, do you have like a favorite scripture that you use biblically, or a quote that you use daily to keep you going through your days?
No.
No? That's honest.
No.
This is truth be told.
My favorite, I can't even say my favorite scripture.
Mm-hmm.
My most memorable scripture, and the one my grandma always, the same one, your grandma, everybody grandma, hey, the 23rd Psalm, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know that's right.
So I like to talk to God.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't repeat his word to him. You know what I'm saying? I like to talk to him. And I'm inquisitive, so I ask God questions. You know what I'm saying? And when I ask him questions, I can't say I ever heard God's voice, but he's always painted a picture for me. So I've always seen his vision clearly. So that's my relationship with him.
Okay. Well, I know I have a discernment. I have a discernment.
Okay.
And I can get uncomfortable sometimes. God working on me, because when I have something to share, I don't want you to take it, or anybody when I sit down and talk to them, like uncomfortable or feel like, okay, girl. Like, but I just want to let you know, like, continue being truthful to God, and He's going to direct your path.
Absolutely.
He's going to direct your path, and He's willing to take you higher. But that relationship requires the effort. And like you said, you talk to him and continue surrendering to him. And he's going to take you higher to where you need to be. Because what I believe in, I feel like it's not even a feeling. I know for a fact God created every one of us for a reason, for a purpose, for life. He created us for our own path, whether we become an entrepreneur or a follower in anything else, or a worker, 9 to 5, it doesn't matter, but we have a mission to complete. So he can reward us at the end of it all. This is who I created you to do and be. So I want you to take that.
I receive it. I receive it. It ain't nothing new to me though. You know what I'm saying? So
if it ain't nothing new, that means God is in everybody that speaks to you.
Absolutely.
About it.
Yeah, everybody ain't got access. Come on now.
Right.
Yeah.
So as we wrapping it up.
Okay.
I want you to look in your camera.
Okay.
And I want you to encourage entrepreneurs or people that's trying to become entrepreneurs. Give them a little feedback.
The first thing I want to say to entrepreneurs, man, I want you to take your time to grow yourself, invest in you. When I say invest in you, talent is only going to take you so far.
Yeah.
So we go build ourselves up. We go build our credit up. We go build our discipline and our morals up first, right? Because now, number one, with credit, we go use OPM, which we show you in our class, right? Too many people trying to start from the bottom, and it's discouraging to even reach a notch or two from starting from zero, right? Once you've established discipline enough to have your credit intact and being able to open up a business or keep your day job and work on your business, right? Walk into a bank and request $50,000 to start that business. So now you out the gate, you surpass small businesses, right? That's the type of confidence I want everybody to be able to start with. And it start with, number one, your foundation. Working on you, working on your credit, and being disciplined. Once we do that, guys, I think the sky's the limit. Of course, you will always place God first, you know what I mean? But if you can just start there, be patient, work on you, because so many people reach success and realize that they still tore up inside. Money can't replace that. So we go build us first, man. It's Epoxy, man. You already know what it is. Mr. Epoxy, baby.
Well, thank you again for sitting down with me. It was a pleasure meeting you before this filming. We got to get to know each other a little bit more. I respect your business, your vision, and where you're trying to go in life. So,
I
tune
appreciate
in
it.
again.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Definitely.
Yes. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Truth Be Told. And I'm your host again, Cashmere.
Truth be told, Cashmire Camilia, say it, whoa. Turn it up, yeah, let it roll. If you really want the real, this the show. Truth be told.